It's officially baby day. We are currently heading to my mother's house right now so that we can drop the little guy off with his auntie. They're gonna have some fun today. And we are gonna then head on to the birthing center so that we can bring a baby girl into the world. I'm really excited, but I'm also really nervous all of a sudden because today I actually just went in for an appointment. But I'm 37 weeks and 5 days, and I had to go in for an appointment today, and now I'm heading to labor and delivery. When I had Noah, I was 37 and 5 days, and I went in for an appointment and then was heading into the labor and delivery, and it was all around the exact same timing. The difference is with Noah, my water was broken during a cervical exam, and this time during a cervical exam we discovered that my water had already been broken. There is like still some fluid in there, but some of it has already leaked out, and it's been that way for days. So that's where all of the nervousness comes into play. There are no signs of distress in the baby. Her heart rate is healthy. She's breathing fine. She's been moving around and everything. I haven't had any type of fever. I haven't had any signs of infection. But unfortunately, because I didn't know that the water had broken, and it has been days at this point, we still have to be monitored very closely after, just to rule out any infections. So that's the part that kind of has me in a whole 360, because I was gonna go into this really confident, and then all of a sudden now that things are like completely out of my control, which I know that they probably were never in my control, but now that everything is just like nothing that I expected basically, and the fear of, you know, the just small chance that something could go wrong is there, but I know that God is in control. So that's the one thing that I know. If I just not worry and be faithful to God, knowing that He has us covered and everything is going to be okay, the baby girl is going to be okay. We're all going to be okay. I said a really long prayer last night. You can probably tell how nervous I am just because I'm talking so much. Basically, this is the beginning of our labor and delivery story. So there is my husband and there's Noah. You guys say hi.
Hi.
Hello.
One day baby girl is gonna see this video. But yeah.
Hey, right, let me do it again.
Huh?
Let me do it again.
Hi.
There is big brother Noah.
And I am the bestest brother in the whole wide world.
And he is the bestest brother in the whole wide world. And there's Dada.
Hello.
I'm sure you can tell from the laughter and everything, contractions have not picked up. So that was really why I hadn't known like that labor
What's the
had
address?
started. Oh wait, let me get this address to my mom's really quick. There were no like signs as far as like pain level, I guess, that made me think it was time, because they always tell you that 5-1-1 rule, where wait until your contractions are 5 minutes apart, 1 minute long for 1 hour. That was never ever the case for me. Besides knowing that I had started dilating a bit and just things like that, I just didn't know that active labor, you know, was starting. So now we're 20 minutes from my mother's house to drop off Noah, and you guys, this is literally Noah's first night away from us, and that alone, I really can't take it. There's just too much happening in one day, too many new things in one day for me. So I'm probably gonna struggle with that sometime tonight. But basically, they're gonna try and get contraction started as soon as they can naturally. And if they can't do it naturally, unfortunately, they are going to have to use an induction method of like Pitocin or some type of pill. She didn't even say, she literally said a little pill, which does not sound appealing to me. We also have to go to the birthing center and see if they're going to allow us to stay in the birthing center, because when there are all of those type of interventions and not knowing when my water actually broke, they may or may not be able to let you stay in the natural birthing center. So we are hoping that maybe to. They know that I'm on the way there, and they said that they knew me and are expecting me. So hopefully everything goes well. But basically, they want to try and get her hair as soon as possible because she should have came days ago. And so to lessen that risk of infection and things like that, they want to try to get her hair as soon as possible. They're only going to give me a really short period of time to start contractions naturally on my own, and if it's not going fast enough for their taste, then they're gonna do the induction methods. So praying that once they basically break the rest of the waters, like it already like leaked out some of it, but there's still like not all of it, basically there's still some fluid, so that gives me the hope that she's okay. Then that was the thing, it was like I knew it was not nearly as much fluid as when my water broke with Noah, and that's why I was unaware. So there's still some left, so they did a sweep already, a membrane sweep, and then they're gonna also break the rest of the water bag and see if the contractions start. They also said something about castor oil, which sounds disgusting, and I'm not very fond of it, but I'm gonna do whatever they tell me to do, you know, for baby's sake. So we are gonna head on to the labor and delivery room as soon as we drop Noah off. There's husband over there sleeping. There's grandma over there sleeping. Honestly, they're putting me to sleep. And I need some energy so that I can get through this. But right now we are trying to get contractions to start on their own and naturally, because they have not yet. So right now I'm just eating and snacking. We are switching between pumping, bouncing on the ball, walking, lunging, all of that stuff right now, trying to get the contractions to start. We're gonna do that for about an hour, and then if not, we'll try breaking the water bag. But that's currently where we are, and it's pretty like relaxing. Like I said, it's making me sleepy. Like I feel like I need some more energy to bounce on this ball, because otherwise it feels like I'm just bouncing myself to sleep, and probably baby too. But that is currently where we are. I figured this was the perfect time to pick up the camera and vlog a little bit before things begin to get a little more intense.
Yeah, no, I'm serious. I'm serious.
She said at 3. I'm trying to get her down more, I think, like her head engaged for now. I think her head isn't very low at the moment, and so that's what we're trying to do now. At this point, we finally made it in and got checked into the Natural Birthing Center, and we came up with a birthing plan to try and get contractions to start on their own by doing some stretches, some lunging, some bouncing on the yoga ball. And after an hour passes, if contractions have not started, then we're just going to go ahead and break the rest of the water bag, and we are hoping that that is what gets the contractions started for sure. So that is currently what we are doing.
Okay, so it's just a little plastic stick that's kind of just like freaking water balloon. Okay, so check your cervix and then kind of pop it, and then I'll let some of the fluid drain, just to make sure baby's head comes down with it, and then we're done.
So it's 3:30. We broke my water bag at about, I don't know, 3:10, 3:15-ish, and contractions have finally started at about 3:25, and I have already had like 4, which is weird. So they're like a minute apart. I don't know, I'm starting to get worried. But I also got some weird leg cramps, so we'll see. This is what we've been waiting for the past 2 weeks, is contractions. So there it is.
Oh, that's so nice. You should leave that with me so I can send you it. How's your body feeling? Like back, body, like how's your whole body?
My
inside?
back hurts. Everything Once we broke the water back, contractions began immediately, and it only took about 1 hour for our contractions to go from being about 2 minutes apart to 60 seconds apart. So here you see one of my closest friends surprised me. I hadn't seen her in a while, so I was pretty happy, and she's pretty much helping me like walk around a little bit and try to get those contractions, you know, to actually be productive.
There's a lot of light back there. All right, she did.
Ooh, it's coming now. Here at this point is when contractions really started to ramp up. They were now 60 seconds or less apart. So my care team is just taking turns helping me, comforting me. I'm trying my best to stay upright, like standing and walking, because this just helps the baby to move down into the birth canal so that the labor will be shorter and contractions will be more productive. So there is my mother and my husband helping and comforting me, giving me water in between, and I'm taking slow breaths in between each contraction. My close friend had just left. She had to take her son home and planned to come back about an hour or two later. By the time she came back, baby was already born, because this entire labor, spoiler alert, was only 3 hours once labor began. So from the time that we broke the water back to the time that we birthed baby girl was a full 3 hours. So based on like the facial expressions and everything, that's one way to tell how close you are getting to having the baby. So right now I'm extremely uncomfortable, and this is just a telltale sign that we are getting really, really close.
Oh yeah.
You drinking water in between?
We have a little bit.
Stay hydrated. When she's breathing heavy like that, you kind of lose the water. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So you guys can just use it during contractions.
When the rest of me is down.
And then she should be peeing every hour or so too.
When you are having a natural birth, one of the most important things to do is listen to your body. So here, as you guys can see how I'm like lifting my foot up, and you're gonna notice like I begin to like bend my knees a little bit, and things like this just tells me that baby is really, really low, and this is where you start to feel pressure, kind of where your body is sort of like wanting to bear down, hence the bending your knees, feeling like you kind of almost want to like squat and things like that. It's really important that you just try not to go against these feelings and just go with baby and your body and what it's trying to do. This is going to be most productive for having a natural delivery. Right now we are in the home stretch.
I'm so encaptured, got me wrapped up in your touch. Feel so enamored, hold me tight within your clutch.
Around 5:40, my OB has joined my midwife in the labor room with us, and we are going to do our first dilation check as things are getting really, really close.
Get through that contraction and we can go. You were gonna meet the baby. Blow it away. Come on, we brought some TV.
After checking, it was determined that it was only 7 centimeters dilated, so my husband and I moved to the shower while he used the shower head to spray my back and stomach during contractions. Once things got really, really difficult and I felt a ton of pressure, we moved from the shower to the birthing tub because it is a lot more like comforting, but we only spent about 5 minutes in the birthing tub before it was time for us to deliver baby girl. We could actually feel her head